Every morning, I hit the loo, I take 3 pills, and I wash my face with cold water. It is my Internet Think Boy morning routine starter pack. And I don't think about it when I do it. It just happens because it's a habit. It's a habit. Now, I didn't know anything about Atomic Habits. I'm so scared of this book. Here's the thing, is the trick to continuing to invest in yourself while you are busy, you are swamped? Look at me. Habits. Because the old accountant trap, I'm not gonna do that right now in the middle of busy season. I stacked up a bunch of stuff after busy season. I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm not gonna work on this stuff while I'm on vacation. That's good. No, it's extended busy season. I'm not gonna work on that right now. I'm on vacation again. I'm not gonna work on that now. I'm not gonna do that now. I gotta gear up for next busy season. Listen, I get it. There's never a good time to invest in yourself, right? We're accountants, you get that servant mindset. Everybody else's problems, I can pick up the scraps, is totally fine. But here's the unlock, okay? The best thing for your client is to invest. Invest in yourself. That's cute. Still don't have any time. Okay, so 4 thoughts on how to ensure that you never get left in the dust because you're busy solving everybody else's problems. First, skill stacking. So I had a little write-up on LinkedIn about this the other day. By the way, posting to LinkedIn every morning, like and subscribe. Whatever the equivalent on LinkedIn is to like and subscribe. I think continuing education is a trap. Here's the thing, I would say maybe like 5% of your time, are you actually like truly pushing that noodle to the limit? Like actually stretching the bounds of what you're capable of and doing research, doing the hard stuff. 95% of the time, you're telling Jim he still needs to go open a business bank account, you're responding to emails, phone calls, billing, managing people, all the squishy stuff, right? But when it comes to continuing education, it's the opposite. 95% of your continuing ed, oh, it's going into that deep technical stuff. I might need this someday, you never know. And 5% of it's going into the squishy stuff that actually takes up all of your time. And it's because as accountants, we want to pursue the perfection of the craft. It comes naturally to us. It's what our peers would be impressed by, right? Technical expertise. But oftentimes it's those complementary skills that will translate your expertise into success. The people that we look up to in the profession are generally prolific at an adjacent skill. They're great public speakers, they're great writers. Maybe they have an ability to take really technical stuff and present it in a fun way. Maybe they're persuasive. They've built complementary skill sets that amplify their expertise. I spent 12 years preparing tax returns, building an accounting team. I went and got an MBA, but a few years ago I realized, man, there's like some really high leverage complementary skills that I could build, and my career's totally taken off since then. You're here because I know some things about firm running. I steal virtually everything, as you should too. I know some stuff about making videos, and I can be persuasive and entertain people. It's not because I'm a better firm runner than you. It's because I built that adjacent skill set. When you grew up, you were friends with the people on your street. 20 years ago, you were doing business the same way. It was the people you lived by, it was your network. The day that Bill Gates flipped the switch on the old internet, all that stuff changed. Overnight, your issue was distribution, because we cannot even comprehend the reach we now have. But in most ways, the accounting firm model is largely the same as it was pre-internet. What that means is there's a whole bunch of skill sets out there that you can develop that will amplify what you already do to an insane degree, get you in front of people that you could never even think about being in front of. Like our brains cannot process how big and vast the internet is, how many people are out there. This stupid channel is a great example. My accounting community is a great example. If you told me 3 or 4 years ago I'd be doing that, I'm like, how? Like, how would that even come up? If you've pumped 10 years into something, I don't know, pick a number, maybe not even 10 years. Your bottleneck right now is not your technical expertise, it's all the other stuff. Got it. I'm still busy though, okay? Okay, so how do we start building habits? One of the common themes, where'd the book go? One of the common themes in Atomic Habits is the notion of improving 1% at something every day. It's really small. You may not see the improvement day over day, but before you know it, you're in a totally different place than you were when you started, and it's because habits just happen. So you can find a way to hack your habits. Before you know it, you're gonna be really good at these things that you didn't know how to do before. So it turns out habits are made out of 4 things: a cue, craving, a response, and a reward. So for example, you walk into a dark room and you flip on the light switch. The cue is, you went through the room and it was dark. The craving was, I want it to be light. The response is, I'm gonna flip the light switch. The reward is, now my peepers can see. And it's important to understand each of those 4 things, because when you have a thing that you want to learn and get better at, you gotta design your life in a way that will ensure that those 4 things happen on a consistent basis so that you improve. And we all have things that we talk about getting better at. Or I need to do more video, or I'm gonna read a book a month or something like that. But the book talks about getting more explicit about your implementation intentions. When are you gonna do it, and where are you gonna do it? So for example, you're gonna get better at the guitar. They talk about putting the guitar in the middle of the room, so you have a really, really obvious cue. Pretty hard to miss it if it's sitting in the middle of the room, right? For me, I think the cue part of this was the biggest unlock. The easy analogy we can all understand is, you make a tray of cookies, you put that thing in the middle of the counter, you're gonna eat a lot of cookies. But if you instead put those away in the cupboard, I'm still gonna eat a lot of cookies, but I'm probably gonna eat less cookies than I would have if they were sitting out on the counter. Your brain is, we are very simple people. So all we're doing is more intentionally crafting those cues and rewards to get you to a better place, to get you to invest in yourself. Let's say I wanna eat more oats. It's so good, I love the oatmeal. I wanna eat it more because it's delicious, and it's yummy in my tum-tum. So how can I manufacture my cue clear through to my reward, make sure I do more of it? So the cue for my oatmeal could be, I just finished working out. I work out every morning. I know. But my cue can be as simple as, okay, when I'm done working out, I get to go eat oatmeal. My craving, the second one, I want some oats. My response, I go eat those oats. My reward, buddy, I got a belly full of oats. That one took care of itself. Okay, how do we make sure that we actually follow through on this? Because the first thing we always do is think about the destination. Ooh, when I've got this skill, I'm gonna just, all these extrinsic things, I'm gonna be able to get all these different types of clients and all that, and that gets in the way of you just starting. So the thing I always encourage people is really just aggressively lower that bar. Friction works 2 ways. Sometimes in the afternoon, I'll run upstairs to the kitchen and grab some chippies. I don't wanna dirty a plate, so I just bring the whole bag. Take them down here, and I go to work. I'm gonna eat those things as long as they're within arm's reach. But all it takes is like putting them outside of arm's reach, or closing the bag, or better yet, putting it outside of my field of view. I'll stop eating them. The smallest bit of friction will make us not do a thing. But the flip side of that, eliminating friction will make you more likely to do that thing. And the trap here will always be worrying about what that final version will look like. Does my hair look good on video? Is my writing very good here? Am I gonna get any likes? Will that influential person retweet me? Will it make my dad love me anymore? Don't worry about the extrinsic stuff. Lower the bar, make it as easy as possible for yourself. Focus on the intrinsic value. Just get started. The fact of the matter is, when you get started, you're gonna suck. You're banging rocks together, but you're worried about which paintbrush you're gonna use for your Mona Lisa. The book talks about the 2-minute rule. I framed this in my video series as, if you're gonna make a cool video setup, you gotta be able to hit record within 15 seconds, because you will always underestimate your future level of laziness. The book's framing of this, they call it the 2-minute rule. Make that habit something that you can do within 2 minutes. Everybody's got 2 minutes, right? So let's say you're gonna read more. Rather than say, I'm gonna read a book every month, say, I'm gonna read 2 pages of a book every night. And most of the time, you're probably gonna read more than 2 pages. But the hardest part is just getting started. Just getting over the threshold and starting to do it. And at that point, you've got momentum and it all gets way easier. We have all got that thing that we've talked about for years. It's like, oh, that would be so helpful if I did that, but I just never have the time. You got 2 minutes. Pop that thing in the comments. Let's figure out your cue, your reward, because you are never too busy to stop investing in yourself. Now, another thing to think about here is how you manage your energy throughout the day. I did a video up here where I explain how I manage my energy throughout the day. And if you fold habit stacking into that, oh mama. It's good for me, and it's yummy, and my tum-tum. Let's talk about skills. Dang it.